as a 13-year-old on heroin, you would think, and without a job, you would think, how in the heck do you get these drugs in which you take, young man?
Mm-hmm.
How you usually get it is stealing and robbery.
Mm-hmm.
So, we rob people, break into houses, break into cars and things like that. So one day, I was breaking into a house. I ain't want no smoke for real.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the man went home.
Mm-hmm.
So went in and, looking for stuff and find out the man is home. So when I get ready to bolt out the back where I came in, he's right after me with a gun. So I'm running out the backyard, scrambling like eggs, bro. So I go to hop the fence. As soon as I hop the fence, you hear the infamous ch-ch, and boom. As he shot, I felt this burning. Like, people talk about getting shot,
Mm-hmm.
talk about how cool it is, and they make it seem cool. But ain't nothing like smelling your flesh burning, first of all. And praise God, it wasn't a slug, but it was bird shot.
Yeah.
So he kind of peppered me in the butt cheeks.
Hey.
Yeah, not gangster.
Okay.
So, got peppered.
You don't want to brag about that one?
Nah, I keep that to myself. For real, I think I said that for the first time at the event.
At the
Absolutely. So, because, I used to tell people that got shot in the back. That sound.
Yeah, it sound better.
But it was backside.
I survived.
Yeah. No, I got shot in the back.
Left cheek, bro. Right here.
Right in the left cheek. Actually, it's the right cheek. I was sizzling like bacon.
I had a 50% chance.
Yeah, you was good, though.
All right, man.
So got over the fence, and with this pain that I'm in, I can either go home or go to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And it was rough. I'm 13.
Mm-hmm.
So the hospital is what I chose. Not thinking you just got finished breaking into somebody's house. They call the police. When you get to this hospital, they're gonna know who you are.
Yeah.
And sure enough, that's what happened. So after they got me bandaged up, got me taken care of, I got sent to the boys' home, and it's gonna sort things out after that. You know what I'm saying? In the boys' home is where I kicked, and I don't know what you know.
Yeah.
When kicking is, for those that don't know, is when the drugs are getting out of your system.
Yeah.
And it's the worst thing ever, bro. It's the worst thing ever. Matter of fact, if you're on heroin, what makes you get back on heroin is either that you like it or it hurts to stop.
Pain, yeah.
So I need some more to stop this.
Yeah.
But I was put in a position where I had to purge it. So purge that in the boys and girls, in the boys' home. And shortly there, because everything else is kind of foggy, I have a friend of the family. I call her my auntie, T. Pam. She had a lawyer friend that hooked some things up and got me out of that situation and got me back to my family in Natchitoches, Louisiana. That's where my family stays. So got me there. There's so much in between, but my grandmother, I stayed with my grandmother. She signed me into the Navy when I was 17.
Okay.
And it was all up from there. I went to the Navy, and how God turned stuff around crazy. When I went to the Navy, I wanted to be a SEAL. I figured I'm going to go in the military. I don't care about myself as much anyway, so I want to go shoot some people.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when you sit down and you take these tests to see if you qualify, I found out there, they have these books that they open up with like these almost like ink blotches, different pictures and stuff like that, and they ask you what you see in there. I couldn't see a thing. Flip the next page. Couldn't see a thing. Flip the next page. You colorblind, bro. I've been painting all this time. I'm colorblind. I can read that I'm painting from it. I'm colorblind, certifiably. They call it then deuteranopia. It's a red blindness. But now they call it, the scientific term is deuteranomaly.
That's why Anomaly
Art Studio.
Wow.
I chose that name before I knew they had changed the name of it. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. But
dog.
that's a whole nother.
Get out of here, bro.
But yeah, deuteranomaly.
Won't he will?
Name of Won't He Do It. So, being that I was colorblind, I couldn't get into anything I wanted. I also thought I wanted to do illustrator draftsman. I'm an artist.
Yeah.
There's artists in the military. Colorblind, can't do it. So you go to undesignated. Undesignated is deck department. You like the Navy janitor. It's like the roughest job. So that's why I was at. So in there, I was kind of an Antoine Fisher. I had some issues. I was stealing from people on the boat, get angry, was choking some people, go to captain's mast, had some troubles there. But they found out I could paint. I was the youngest one on the ship too. So people had a little grace for me. He the baby of the ship. So, hey, can you paint this picture on my office door? Yeah. I used the paints that they had there, some old rusty paint brushes, painted it out. Beautiful. Somebody else, hey, you can do a painting on mine. Boom. Then they asked me to do one on the quarterdeck, the entrance of the ship. When people come in, paint a picture of the person the ship's named after. Then I'm thinking, bro, this is $1 billion ship. And they let me paint pictures all over the place. I started to find importance in what I was doing. I started to find value in what I was doing. I'm painting the shark teeth on the front of the rib boats that they going to do ops in and stuff like that. My stuff is everywhere. And I'm starting to feel like I can do something with this, God turned that thing that was a getaway.
Yeah.
And when I was a mess into a message.
Yeah.
So with that, that's where the birth of my art studio began. That's where my art career began. And now I'm painting pictures all over the city. The city's my gallery, but I will not paint anything negative because I understand the power of a positive message. And if the gift God gave me was my talent, the gift I'm gonna give back is what I do with it.
Yeah.
So I've been able to take
that's fine.
Where I was.
Them zingers. I told you.
Yeah. But he took what started out to be a crazy situation.
Yeah.
And now it's my career. And now I'm using it for his glory. Maybe people know, maybe they don't, but it's a message in everything I do.
Connect the dot for me.
Okay.
Where does Christ come into the picture?
Got you. Good. So when Christ came in, I grew up in church.
Right. Hell at home.
Yeah. Hell at home, heaven at church. My mom was singing the choir. My stepdad knew the Bible back and forth, bro. Back and forth, okay?
That's
My grandfather was a preacher. My uncle was a preacher. We grew up church, right? But when I left the house, I didn't want to go to church because that's what I grew up in. It's like being a Cowboy fan because your daddy was a Cowboy fan. Yeah. I didn't want to do that.
Right.
So I went on a journey when I was in the military and all of that, and when I got out to find my own truth, if you will.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. There's only one truth.
That's right.
People be saying that.
Thank you.
You choose what you want, but don't say it's my truth. No, there's only one. But anyway. Yeah. So I'm out trying to find my truth. So I'm checking into, because I always felt this greatness in me, bro.
Yeah.
I always felt there was something different.
Right.
But I didn't know what it was. So I'm looking in Egyptology. I'm looking into 5% Nation. I'm looking into Islam. I'm looking into everything.
Everything, yeah.
I know a little bit about everything. I know a little bit about Buddhism and all of that because I've looked into it. Trying to find myself. I even looked into Satanism, not to become one, but I figured, if this is the opposite of what I was,
at least know it.
What they after?
I ain't mad at it.
But in looking into that, I found a lot of the same principles in Satanism. It's in 5% Nation. It's in high-level Masonic orders. Is in doggone, what's the thing with the Jewish Kabbalah? It's in all. I'm like, how are they kind of practicing some of the same? They naming it different.
Interesting.
And then I was like, if this is true, and then I looked into a lot of ancient beliefs. So I want to see what people was doing in ancient days. So they talking about a deluge here, and the Bible talks about a flood. They talk about this here, and there's chariot wheels at the bottom of the Red Sea. There's seashells at the top of the tallest mountains. How is that?
Yeah.
It's real, bro.
Right.
So all of this search out here made me realize what I was into was the real deal. So it brought me right back to Christ.
Brought you right back home.
So then with that, because my life is crazy. So I'm gonna try to skip because this podcast can only go so long.
Hey man, we got a whole season.
We may need a part two. But so skip over to, because I got married once when I was younger. And I was into a lot of debaucherous things, me and my wife.
Yeah, maybe you tell me that.
Yeah, but when I met my current wife of 10 years, 20 years actually together, but 10 years married.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. We started going to church again. And that was kind of at the end of my try to find out journey when I met her.
Understood.
So we started going to church again and sat in the back, just watching,
Arms crossed.
Yep. But as things went, got more involved. I also grew up in a singing family. My whole family sings.
Okay.
I'd sang in a long time.
Dig it.
And I got into praise and worship at the church. That was my
Which
first.
you're still doing to this day?
Which I'm still doing to this day.
Shout out
and
Pastor
I
Chris
appreciate
George's.
Pastor Chris George's Fullness Church.
Shout out to homie.
So and I find joy in that.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I started getting back into it. Me and my wife was back into it, and ain't left since. We have some ups and downs because life out here.
Yeah, life.
But my foundation is Christ, and that's how I'm gonna live. That's how I'm gonna represent myself through my artwork, through everything I do.
Yeah.
So if you don't want that, don't invite me, because
Right.
that's how I
That's
get
what
down.
it's gonna be.
Because I've seen what it's like without it,
Yeah.
and I don't want that.